It's 3 a.m. You suddenly sense a pair of eyes on you. Your dog is perched at the foot of the bed, fixated on your face. It should be pitch black quiet. Your dog has a perfectly good bed somewhere in the house, and yet here they are, staring. It feels a little unsettling. You wonder, are they hungry? Thirsty? Waiting for a 3 a.m. snack? Most people assume obvious answers. Maybe it's cold, or maybe they're just being clingy. But here's the problem. Your dog has access to blankets, radiators, or any number of warm spots. If warmth or boredom were the whole story, they'd curl up there. So why do they keep your face in view? Because it turns out, what your dog is doing in the middle of the night is about something far deeper: trust, attachment, and instincts honed over millennia of evolution. There's a tension between what seems normal, a dog looking bored or seeking warmth, and what science reveals. Sleep is the most vulnerable state for any animal, us included. Every instinct in your dog's brain, inherited from generations of wolves, screams at them to lie low in the dark, hidden and safe when they're unconscious. Yet, instead of retreating to a corner, your dog chooses to sit alert next to you. That's not normal if it were just for comfort or heat. Dogs guarding a human in their sleep suggests one of two things. Either they're keeping watch or they're so bonded that they need to be near their person. And research shows it's deeply the latter. In fact, dogs treat their owner as a secure base, much like a child treats a parent. One Hungarian study even found that dogs use their owner as a safe haven at unfamiliar places, just as human babies do with their mothers. As one ethologist put it, the owner provides safe haven for the dog in dangerous situations, just like the mother does for young children. So, when your dog stares at you, it might be less about you and more about how you make them feel. In human psychology, eye contact is the most fundamental expression of attachment between mother and infant. In dogs, it's the same. Studies show that when dogs gaze at their owners, it triggers a powerful neurochemical loop. In one famous experiment, Azabu University Science 2015, researchers measured oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in dogs and their owners during 30 minutes of eye contact. They found that only when dogs engaged in longer gazes did both the dog and the owner experience a significant surge of oxytocin. It turns out that this mutual gaze releases oxytocin simultaneously in both species, reinforcing affection on the spot. The more the dog looks at you, the more your brain floods with oxytocin, which makes you feel closer, and that makes you look back, which in turn floods your dog's brain with oxytocin. It's a self-reinforcing loop. Crucially, this loop didn't appear with wolves. Human-raised wolves don't boost our oxytocin when they stare. This doesn't happen with cats, birds, or any other pet. It's a quirk co-evolved specifically between humans and dogs. In effect, when your dog stares at you, you both get a little high on a love hormone, oxytocin, a bond-building drug coursing through your veins in unison. And the chemistry doesn't stop at oxytocin. Physical contact with your dog calms you down too. Even 10 minutes of petting or cuddling a dog produces measurable drops in cortisol, your stress hormone, for both of you. Imagine the effect of 8 straight hours with a warm, breathing body pressed against you. Researchers at Canisius College found something amazing. Activity trackers showed dogs do jostle you awake at night, but people barely remember it by morning. In one study, women were 3 times as likely to wake up if their dog moved in the bed, yet they only recalled the dog disturbing their sleep on 22 out of 124 nights. In other words, dogs objectively did disrupt the sleep data, but subjectively, owners woke up feeling safer, not more tired. The felt experience of comfort outweighed the momentary interruption. This suggests something profound. Your dog may literally be restoring something ancient about how we humans are meant to sleep, outweighing any little bump in the night. Digging deeper, science shows your dog's role is written in your DNA. Dogs were the first domesticated animal, long before crops or cows. Around 15,000 years ago, wolves started hanging around human camps, and only the friendliest ones survived. By one estimate, A dog was being deliberately buried with humans in Germany 14,000 years ago. In Bonn Oberkassel, archaeologists found a man, a woman, and 2 dogs laid to rest together. One of the dogs was a sickly puppy suffering from canine distemper, a disease that kills a dog in 3 weeks if untreated. Astonishingly, this puppy had endured months of illness before dying. It clearly received human care the whole time, kept warm, fed, cleaned, in order to survive that long. Put simply, these people cared for their dog as a member, not just as a working animal. Over the millennia, dogs were genetically selected for just this trait, pro-social behavior toward humans. Researchers have even identified unique genetic insertions on chromosome 6 in dogs that are strongly associated with seeking out human attention and affection. These insertions exist in every dog studied, and not in wolves. In other words, dogs were literally wired by evolution to want your company, to sleep near you, to watch over you. All of this comes together in one unforgettable bond. Your dog isn't just choosing to stare at you out of habit, they're expressing the most fundamental attachment behavior. When they lock eyes with you at night, they're essentially saying, "You are my safe person." After 15,000 years of co-evolution, your dog has learned to trust you more than anything else in their world. And you benefit too. The Mayo Clinic found that people often feel more comfortable and secure when sleeping with pets in the bedroom. It's no wonder a loving presence nearby can calm an anxious mind and nervous body. In fact, an fMRI study showed that listening to your human's voice lights up your dog's reward centers more than any other sound. Imagine having a nervous system that's literally synchronized with someone else's when you sleep. A 2024 study found just that. Dog-owner pairs have mirrored heart rate patterns during rest. When you are relaxed, high heart rate variability, your dog becomes relaxed too. 2 very different species co-regulating each other's emotional state in real time. It suggests that nightly ritual of breathing in sync is more than comforting. It's physiological bonding. Here's the part that changes everything. Next time you wake up at 3 a.m. with your dog's eyes on you, remember what's happening. They aren't judging you or reading your secrets. They're reaffirming a contract of trust. Sleep is when we're most vulnerable, and by watching over you, your dog is performing the ultimate act of protection and faith. Your dog chose you, not the warm rug, not the empty floor, not the radiator, because in their world, you are home. But it also works the other way. Your dog's stare is one of the only ways they can communicate. If one night your canine stopped keeping watch, don't ignore it. Studies show dog owners often miss subtle pain or anxiety cues. In one study, even small signs like a dog being restless at night or suddenly clinging, shadowing, to family members were never recognized by owners as pain. If your dog breaks a long-standing pattern, like no longer staring at you at night, consider that they might be trying to tell you something's wrong. Maybe they're aching or confused or scared by something in the environment. In other words, don't shrug it off. Changes in sleep behavior can be the earliest warning of discomfort or illness. In the end, your dog's midnight vigil is profoundly meaningful. It's evolved behavior, it's brain chemistry, and it's a declaration of love all rolled into one. This isn't a trivial habit. It's a complex expression of attachment. You and your dog are sharing something ancient every time you drift off together. 2 hearts, 1 rhythm, a story written in chromosomes and graves. If this changed the way you see your dog, please subscribe and drop a comment below. I want to know where your dog sleeps tonight.